Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Design to Code, made for designers trying to learn how to push their designs into front-end code. So we're going to start with what you need to get started. First things first, you need a user interface design tool. There's XD, there's Sketch, there's Figma, there's InVision, there are tons out there. But my personal favorite is XD, and that's what we'll be using for this tutorial. But you can use any of these. I'm just an Adobe person. Alright, next thing you need is a text editor, okay? There's Visual Studio, there's Sublime, and there's Atom. You could even use Notepad to do this, but it's best to use something like Visual Studio that has all the features and everything that you're going to need. So we'll be using Visual Studio for this tutorial. And last thing, for designers, you don't want to know this, but it's very important. These are 3 languages we're going to work with: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Right now, you're thinking, what do all these things mean? But let me just use an analogy of a person, right? So HTML is like the facts of a person. That's like someone's age, someone's name, things like that. While CSS, like the appearance of the person's outfit, the person's skin color. That's CSS, right? And JavaScript is what does the person actually do? The person's occupation, their day-to-day activities. That's JavaScript. So HTML, who you are; CSS, how you look; JavaScript, what you do. Simple to learn. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and let's begin. Alright guys, this is what we have on VS Code. I know it might look like a lot of stuff, but we're gonna do everything from scratch, okay? So first things first, I'm just gonna get rid of everything, okay? I'm just gonna delete this folder, delete all this, guys, delete, right? Okay. So because of responsiveness, it's not gonna be perfect. We're gonna get as close to the design as possible, okay? You can't really have exactly what you design translated into code. Of responsiveness, and we'll look at that in another summit. Alright, so the first thing to do is create a new folder. I have this folder here, right? Empty. Alright, create a new folder. Now the first file you're going to create is index.html. Alright, when you go on the website, the first page you land on is usually index. That's why we have index.html. Okay, now coding is very funny. For some reason, I have to specify the document type. So we're going to create something called a tag. So that's this guy, doc type. Okay, so this is why VS Code is nice. It brings up everything that you need. So that's doc type HTML. Then we're going to actually start writing the HTML code. So open a new line like this. So we're going to write HTML. Alright, we're not done yet. We're going to put in what's going to be in the body. So you have HTML, then you have body, right? Okay. That's body. Now guys, you know when you go on a website, right, and you see something like this, there's like a logo and like a header. Yeah, you actually need to do that in your code. And now that is what you're going to put in the head. So something called head, right? Yeah. So if you go on google.com, you're going to see the Google logo and the text Google. So everything here is going to be defined in this head tag. Create something called a div. So every layer you have is going to be in a div. So just imagine divs are the same thing as layers. So you're going to create a div, and we're going to call it background. Now to call a div something, you can either give it a class or an ID. We're going to look at that later, but for now, let's just give it a class. So that's class. We're going to call it background. Okay. Then inside this background, we have another layer called text and images. So we're going to do the same thing. Text and images. You have to keep it one word. You can't put space when you're defining a class. Alright. Inside text and images, we have image block. Okay, so that's div class image block. So when you're trying to create text, we're going to call it paragraph. That's P. A lot of guys use H1, H2, but I never use that. I like styling my own. Every text, I like styling it. Alright, so we're just going to call this guy text, right? So P class text. Alright, so we've seen how to turn all those layers into actual code. I feel like that. Okay, so remember what I talked about CSS being appearance? So that means we need to have another file called the CSS file, right? So we're going to call it index. You can call it whatever. Just going to call it index.css. Okay, style.css, what have you. Now we have to make this index.css file have a relationship with this index.html file. So what we're going to do is that in this head tag, we're going to put link, right? Relationship. You can just click this and it does all that. Style sheet, okay, right? And where is my style sheet? On the whole computer, right? So that's why href. So I'm referencing the style sheet on this computer. So I'm just going to say it's in the same directory, right? And that's it there, index.css. So all the styles, all the appearances, how this guy's going to look is going to come from this index.css. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and see all the layers. And we're going to copy the CSS for all the layers and paste it on our code, right? So we're going to just go here, background, come here, copy CSS to clipboard, then paste it on the code editor. Same thing, I'm going to go here, image block, this text, copy CSS to clipboard, paste it in the CSS file. Just going to keep doing that until we have all our CSS in one place. Right, open the index CSS file. Let's start with the background. So for a class, you're going to say dot background. Open this guy up. Alright, so I'm going to go here to the background, copy that CSS from XD and paste it here. Don't worry about the formatting, guys. There's a way to format this. So I'm going to do that for the text and images. Let me do it for the text, right? So the text, here is the CSS for the text. So CSS is just basically the styling for the text, the font size, all that stuff. The font size, the weight, all that stuff. So I'm going to paste this here. That's for the text. What else? What else do we have here? We have text and images. Okay, so text and images is going to be the padding. It's going to be text and images. So, all right. So imagine a conveyor belt, right? And imagine boxes on a conveyor belt. Now the distance between each box on that conveyor belt is what we call the margin. All right, that's the margin. But within a box, right, inside a box, you have like items inside that box, but the space that all those items are contained in is called the padding, right? So that's just how I think about margin and padding. Okay, so we have text and images, so we are going to just copy the CSS for that. So yeah, the CSS is basically padding 22242. Alright, let's open our index.html file in Chrome so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so there's not a lot happening right now, we just have that background, right? So now let's go over to our index.html and just write the text, right? Turning design into code. Okay, so to format it, right, just right click, format document, and good, everything is nice and clean. Alright, turning design into code. So I'm gonna go here, so we save it, then refresh. Alright, turning design into code. Lovely. Inside the image block, you're going to create image. So just write img for image and click it. Right, so that's the source and the alt. Right, so I'm going to put all the images in this folder. So I'm just going to, so this is the link to the images. So we call it image 1. It's going to be an SVG file, so .svg. Alright. Now, alt is basically for people when loading the images. If the images don't load fully, you can describe what the image is, right? It's very important for accessibility. So we're going to say, I think it's a red circle. Right, so that's the first image, red circle. Okay, so once you save that and you refresh, there's our one, just looking all beautiful there. Okay, so we're going to hop back here and just do the same thing. So copy, paste. So this is going to be 2, it's going to be 3. Alright, let's imagine it couldn't get the source for some reason, right? So when you refresh, you're going to see it here. It says red circle, that's what is supposed to be there. So just going to make sure the source is right. That's 3. and green circle. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, straight from design right into actual code. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is to align it, right? So there's something called inspect elements. So if on your Chrome, just right click and you inspect, you can see what's going on with your code, right? So if I click on this guy, I can see this image block, right? So it's spanning a very long range. To distribute on code is just two lines of code, okay? So you display flex, right? That's why I want to flex display. Then you justify content. So what I can do with this, I can center it, I can distribute the whole thing across. So I'm just going to say space between, that's distributing across. So we save. And there we go, everything is nice and distributed, okay? We're almost done, guys, almost done. So if you can see, right, there's some space between here, the text, and the next element. Remember what we said about conveyor belts? That's your margin, right? So I'm just going to go over here and say the margin bottom. So from our design, you can see it's 120 pixels. Save that. It's going to push it down. So 120 pixels, okay? So that's pretty much it, guys. There's a lot that we covered, but I just wanted to show you how quickly you can turn design into functional code. Alright, so that's everything for now. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next summit.